To retire or not to retire? That's the question. It's a question all of us have been asking, and maybe one that Rob Gronkowski is asking himself too. The 32-year-old had previously retired in 2019, but returned soon after. Could he be gone for real this time? Stay tuned as we reveal more on this. First up, Gronkowski see, Gronkowski do. Tom Brady announced his comeback to the NFL on Sunday, following a 40-day hiatus. With one foot in retirement and the other in the pitch, many speculated that Gronkowski's choice would be influenced by Brady's. After Tom Brady's official retirement, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will have to fill their quarterback position, and it's not unreasonable to believe that another key member of the Super Bowl-winning team may follow suit. Rob Gronkowski famously stated that he didn't want to play with any quarterback other than Brady, and he is currently a free agent. In 2021, Gronkowski signed a one-year contract worth $8 million, but fans believe that Gronkowski will follow Brady's lead and retire from football this year. After all, Gronkowski has retired before, but when Brady moved his talents from New England to Tampa Bay, he decided to come out of retirement. The former New England Patriots tight end hasn't played for another NFL starting quarterback, but he's still got it. Case in point, Gronkowski caught 55 catches for 802 yards and 6 touchdowns for Tampa Bay last season. So, Robbie, why don't you run it past Brady again and let us know if you're in? Next up, finding the reasons. Rob Gronkowski announced his retirement for the first time after being hampered by injuries and losing interest in the sport while playing for New England, which he made clear during an emotional presser. Gronkowski has certainly had a better time in the past 2 years with a less intense head coach, Bruce Arians, and a bunch of talented players around him, but the four-time All-Pro could see Brady's departure as his moment as well. But what fans don't understand is why now? Gronkowski recently had his greatest season in years, despite missing 12 of the Bucs' 17 games due to a nagging rib injury. He has been extremely productive over the last 2 seasons, accumulating over 1,400 yards on 100 receptions and 13 touchdowns, and his on-field efficiency has not dipped like Brady's. To put it all in perspective, he had 55 catches for 802 yards and 6 touchdowns, and his yardage totals and receptions were at an all-time high since the New England Patriots' 2017 season. But just as Brady, Gronkowski may see the opportunity to retire on his own terms and find it difficult to pass up. We think this appears to be the case. More recently, he refused to commit to participating in 2022, telling TMZ Sports that he avoided catching footballs at a recent charity event to avoid getting the itch to play again. Maybe just cut the drama and play then? Gronk's lukewarm response comes less than 2 weeks after his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, revealed that his client is indecisive about returning for a third season following his first retirement in early 2019. However, Gronk may have shown his true intentions earlier this month. In a video that went viral, the tight end was seen telling his barbershop customers that he meant to make Brady sweat after the quarterback retired in February, only to come back weeks later. If that was Gronk's goal all along, he's adhering to it by delaying his decision and dropping clues that he might contemplate retiring. Gronkowski stated earlier this offseason that he would take his time before making a decision, and he has earned the right to do so. However, the NFL offseason programs kicked off in April, so we're guessing Brady and the Bucs would like to know if the Pro Bowl tight end is on board, like soon. So what's the verdict? While waiting for the tight end's formal decision on his return, the Buccaneers may have recently gotten a hint regarding his future. Gronkowski took to Instagram to answer Leonard Fournet's birthday wish, but not in the way Buc fans imagined. Fournet wished Gronkowski a happy birthday and showed his excitement for his comeback during the conversation. Fournet also shared a screenshot of a tweet in which he asked how many people will wear his jersey this season. And guess what? Gronkowski's response hints that in 2022, he'll be in the stands rather than on the bench. Honestly, we're not surprised. We're also not the only ones preparing to move on with him or without him. The Bucs are too. The Buccaneers appear to have prepared for Gronkowski's absence. Not only is longtime Bucs tight end Cameron Brate back, but the team also spent 2 draft picks on tight ends in the 2022 NFL Draft. 4th-round pick being Cade Otton, and 6th-round pick was Co Kieft. Todd Bowles, the Buccaneers head coach, recently stated that Gronkowski's decision is not following a schedule, but the game is. As they say, the show must go on. Time for some other related news. It's a roast for Brady. Forget facing the opponents. This time, Brady will be the subject of a Netflix roast. The 7-time Super Bowl winner will be featured first in a series of future specials titled Greatest Roasts of All Time, GROAT. Brady is the series executive producer, and his roast is planned to air in 2023. Netflix's vice president of stand-up and comedic formats, Robbie Praw, couldn't contain his excitement over the project and called it an incredible honor to be working on this project with Brady. Nobody does it better than Brady when it comes to taking hits and yet coming out on top, so the roast will be a breeze for him. Quite the star. Tom Brady's demand seems to be skyrocketing marketing these days. The multi-network bidding war came to an end this week when Fox Sports revealed that after Tom Brady retires from football, he will become the network's lead NFL analyst. Brady's salary was not disclosed by Fox, but it's reported that he will make $375 million over 10 years, the largest contract in sports broadcasting history, and more than Brady will have earned in his 23 years in the NFL. Let's hope he's able to keep that momentum going behind the mic as well. Drew Brees quit as analyst. Clearly, it's not everyone's cup of tea. According to insiders, legendary NFL quarterback Drew Brees will not return to NBC after only one season as a studio and game commentator. Brees preferred games to the studio show Football Night in America, and NBC didn't have many NFL games to offer him, so the decision seemed mutual. After initially hoping Brees could develop into their heir apparent to Chris Collinsworth on Sunday Night Football games, NBC turned on him. While Brees is no longer with NBC, there is still a chance that he will work in an NFL booth next season, as Fox still needs to fill its top game analyst roles for this season since Tom Brady will not begin until after he finishes playing. NFL affected by crypto crash. At this point, who wasn't affected by it? According to reports, the crypto meltdown might cost NFL stars like Trevor Lawrence a lot of money. Professional athletes were among the first to get on the cryptocurrency bandwagon, changing their wages and signing bonuses into Bitcoin and other digital currencies. However, that investment technique could backfire, and it did. We crunched the numbers to see how much the cryptocurrency crash last week cost NFL players, and the figures speak for themselves. Let's take Lawrence, the starting quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The investment of this 22-year-old could be down a good $10 million. Then there's Russell Okung, the former Carolina Panthers offensive lineman. In the year 2020, he made waves by turning half of his $13 million salary into Bitcoin. His $6.5 million investment is said to be down $2.7 million. Next is Saquon Barkley of the New York Giants. His initial investment of $10 million might possibly be as little as $4.1 million. The amount invested by these players has not been fully disclosed, but the data shows how volatile the cryptocurrency market has grown. It just goes to show that with crypto, you never know. Old man thinks football is getting too soft. Remember the headline from The Simpsons, "Old Man Yells at Cloud"? Well, yeah, Bud Grant, who turned 95 yesterday, believes the boring aspects of football, such as fair catches, kneels to finish games, and touchbacks, should be eliminated. Now, those things are better known to us as methods to minimize unnecessary and deadly accidents and increase player safety. But to be fair to Grant, they were still wearing leather helmets back then. Change is hard. The ex-Vikings coach proposed giving punt returners 5 yards and eliminating the fair catch, moving the touchback to the 5-yard line, and requiring the clock to stop if an offensive team does not move at least 1 yard on a play. Despite Grant's popularity and experience, this is a bad take, especially considering what we know about the horrible brain injuries during play and its impact on former Vikings players. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Rob will make another comeback, or has he made up his mind for sure this time? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.